Cassie is running now and this bitch sneezes. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 35th episode of the show Power Rangers in Space, as well as the 285th episode overall titled Silence is Golden. We begin this episode on the megaship where Andros has to cross Psycho's blue and pink off of a big board like they can't remember which ones are alive. Carlos says everything is calm, and Andros is worried things are gonna get bad soon. At an outdoor mall, Cassie is walking around with shopping bags. She looks around and then she sneezes. Her allergies are apparently acting up. Cool. On the Dark Fortress, the Psycho Rangers are doing voice data memorization, and they say that the Rangers can hide their colors but not their voices. Astronema says to not destroy them. They have to bring the Rangers alive to her. If they speak, they'll be able to hear them. They can't even morph without them knowing, and Astronema insists that they will end up doing this. Ecliptor interjects, saying that maybe they should just kill the Rangers, but Astronema says no, because this will ultimately kill Dark Spectre, so sit down and shut up, Ecliptor. At the outdoor mall, the three Psychos land, and then they take on human form. They then start to stalk around the place, scanning with the eyes and ears. It's amazing how they only see Japanese people around them. They're not really getting any matches, but then they look like serial killers at this point. Ashley is in a phone booth talking to some relative. She can't figure out what to get her dad for some occasion, and then she mentions how she didn't know what to get at the hardware store, and she can't get him another tie. The Psycho's here and now they're in pursuit. Psycho Yellow then thinks that she sees her, and Red tells her they should do this together, but Yellow says that she's gonna go ahead, so keep up. She zooms down, kicking in the phone booth to find someone dressed in the exact same outfit as Ashley. Ashley's around the corner, running back to see what's going on. She hears them argue about how they identified the Yellow Ranger's voice, so they need to go look for her. Ashley freaks out, panicked, running away. On the megaship, the boys are working on something, and Ashley comes in screaming about what happened. Gigi says they should call Cassie, but then she stops them because voice recognition. Andros has an idea. Cassie is walking around and her beeper goes off. She has a message that tells her to call a specific number and to not talk. Cassie then looks around, going to the phone booth. I mean, she might be wondering where Ashley went. She calls the number and Andros tells her not to say anything, not even one word, and that she has to tap the receiver to say that she understands. They tell her how the Psychos are in human form, they need to get her out of there. She needs to hang up the phone and get out of there now. She hangs up the phone and gets out of there, walking on the phone booth looking around for the Psychos, I presume. Then someone taps on her shoulder and it's some guy who gives her her bags that she left in the phone booth. She gives a weird nod of thanks, walking away. She then walks into a guy in accident and the guy says, "Excuse me," and she's clearly pissed about this. He demands an apology for running into him, and she gives him a flower from the bed near them. And he's like way too happy about this. Cassie is running now and this bitch sneezes. She then keeps going and we see that Psycho Yellow is nearby. On the ship, they can't track down Cassie. Andros says that he heard a big clock chiming in the background during his conversation with Cassie. Bitch, no you didn't, there was no damn clock. Ashley then immediately notices the Angel Grove Mall. So wait, they didn't go there together? What the hell? They were just at the same phone booth before? Cassie is walking around, to which I want to be like, girl, just run. But then she sees a stroller rolling toward the edge of a staircase and no one is noticing. She is forced to yell, "Look out!" and people catch the baby just in time. Psycho Red immediately identifies that it's Cassie, who realizes that she just screamed. She then runs away panicked. The Psychos regroup, going after Cassie. Cassie's walking around a little relieved that no one has found her, but then the Psychos appear in front of her. They stalk toward her, and they stop to taunt her, telling her not to be in such a rush. Then a clown shows up trying to give people balloons, candy, etc., and he winks at Cassie. He then runs away, and the Psychos call Cassie the Pink Ranger. But then Zane's voice comes out of the corridor the clown left in, and it's him talking to Cassie, who responds. It was apparently Zane who was the clown, which I'm sorry, but his actor is not distinguished enough for me to pick up on that when we just see his face for a split second. Should have been TJ. The Psychos leave pursuing this, and Cassie gets scared by the other Rangers. Silver Ranger's on his bike now driving away and the Psychos are following him. Also, Carlos makes fun of Cassie because he didn't think it was possible for her to stay quiet for that long. Not gonna lie, I've really grown to absolutely love this cast. The Psychos round a corner and yeah, the 5 Rangers are just standing there morphed. They talk for like ever to the Psychos, and then they do a pose party yelling "Power Red, Power Black," etc. Also, Blue almost falls over in the final pose, which is like fantastic. Also, Zane is there too, morphed. The Psychos thank them for coming here to get killed, and now it's 2 Rangers per Psycho. Somehow, even the same colored Rangers are doing okay against their Psycho counterparts, but then everyone gets hit down and the Psychos are coming toward them, so they do this like weird 3x3 attack, hitting the Psychos with their power weapons. This makes them collapse onto the ground. They then get pissed, turning into their monster forms. Black is a stone monster, red is a fire monster, and yellow is a bumblebee. Just kidding, think this is supposed to be like electricity maybe? They grow giant, so the Rangers call it the Mega Voyager, bringing it together. Is Zane like busy? It's 3 giant monsters, guys. They then stand around for way too long before Red and Yellow grab the Mega Voyager by the arms, and Psycho Black attacks from the front. Yeah, this is why you need Zane to do something. Or have like Alpha pilot the Astro Megazord, something. The Rangers can't get out of the lock, and finally here comes Zane in the Mega Winger, hitting Psycho Black down. He tells him that the Delta Megazord is on its way too, and he converts Mega Winger into its stand-up mode. Delta Megazord is then just there. Zane fires the Wing Blaster, hitting Psycho Red. The Delta Megazord does its Gauntlet attack, and the Mega Voyager does its Mega V3 missile mode attack, hitting the Psychos. There are huge explosions, and they start to celebrate their win. Just kidding, here comes weird rock tentacles from Psycho Black. They get the Mega Voyager, and Red gets the Mega Winger while Yellow gets the Delta Megazord. Andros calls for all systems to be put to full power, but a vortex has appeared behind Psycho Black. Yellow and Red toss the Mega Winger and Delta Megazord down, while the Rangers put their thrusters at optimal capacity, trying to get out. Carlos says that they need to leave the Mega Voyager and abandon ship. Andros says no way, and the others are trying to tell him it's time to go. Andros calls for the emergency thrusters, and Carlos says no, and then he just karate chops Andros' neck, knocking him out. They land on the ground, watching the Mega Voyager get sucked into this vortex. Psycho Red and Psycho Yellow teleport out of there. Dark Spectre is talking to Astronema, saying how weak he feels. Oh my god, we get it. Astronema's spies are close to figuring it out, yada yada yada. On the Megaship, Andros tells Dekka to search for the Mega Voyager because that amount of firepower in the wrong hands is super dangerous. The others are helping, saying that they'll find it. On the Dark Fortress, Astronema asks Ecliptor if the Mega Voyager is hidden, and the Psychos say it's not hidden at all. Way too easy to find. Astronema tells them to shut the hell up, and if they want to finish off the Rangers, they need to just go with the flow here. The end. This episode is really great, and it's creepy at the same time. I mean, the fact that the Rangers can't even say words without the Psycho Rangers knowing about it is like creepy as all get out. Although the whole setup of Ashley and Cassie being at the Angel Grove Mall at like the same time without coordinating was like super weird and lazy, but other than that, great episode. I mean, we end with the Mega Voyager getting taken hostage, and the Rangers literally have to run out of options when it comes to keeping themselves safe. Great stuff all around. Next time, believe it or not, we're actually finishing the Psycho Ranger saga. I know, crazy. But until then, may the power protect you.